It's a particularly interesting time to be taking a course like this at the moment because of the geopolitics of the world today. We see the intersection of law and finance in areas like private equity, public and private M&A, and particularly in the very complex area of international finance. Lawyers and financiers can no longer go and advise on those transactions just with the single skill set of economics or law. They really need to combine them to understand the legal and economic drivers that influence the way those transactions are put together and the objectives that the clients are seeking to achieve. I'm delighted to introduce our innovative Masters in Law and Finance program at UCL. We'll be teaching students how to apply the theory of economics and law in the world of practicing finance in some of the world's international finance centres. I've very much enjoyed curating the course with colleagues in the finance department here at UCL. And the course really comes out of conversations that I've had following 35 years in practice. I've spent most of my professional life working in one of the world's largest international law firms, working with leaders of the corporate and finance world. And one of the things that struck me during that time was how rare it was to find finance professionals that understood the law and legal professionals that understood finance. What we've tried to do is curate a course that will give people that missing skill set, which I think is critically required in the market today, probably more so than ever. The key here is not just understanding those fundamental principles, but then going on to adopt one of the two practical pathways that we've developed and apply that knowledge in context. It's a course that focuses on international finance and corporate transactions, and there's no better place to be doing that than London. And through UCL's incredible connections with institutions that are based in London, we've been able to develop these programs in a very, very detailed and bespoke way. We have a group of academics, many of whom have spent a number of years in practice, like myself, and others who are actually working from practice. A good example would be Chris Hale, who leads our optional module in private equity, who is the doyen of the private equity market here in London, delivering what is a really cutting-edge course. And indeed, many of the people that will be taking and leading the courses are former students of UCL. They're very keen to give something back and are very excited about the opportunity of working with our MLF students. One of the really important parts of the course are the bespoke pre-sessionals that we've developed to give the foundational learning that's going to be necessary, which we're encouraging all of our students to take. So one of the really exciting things about the program, which is bespoke and unique to UCL's MLF program, are the two independent practical pathways that we've developed. That is the deal simulations and the placements. These will take place over a period of 2 months at the end of the course. The simulations have been developed with some of the leading law firms and finance firms that operate within the market in London, and they are bespoke to the course. So they cover areas like public and private mergers and acquisitions, complex finance, and complex restructuring, and be exposed to the documentation that's been used. The alternative pathway is a 2-month placement at one of the world's leading law or finance firms, again based in London. They'll be getting experience of working hands-on with professionals in the market and applying the knowledge that they've developed during the course in practice. This is a course that's being curated for both economists or people with an economics and finance background and lawyers. Take their career to a place where they will be able to apply the learning that they will get either as a lawyer with that economic background or as a financier with a legal background to take that to the next level. One of the most exciting things that we've found in teaching the course so far has been the dynamism that's created by this mix of economics and law students working together, where we have students that are looking at the legal angle and the commercial angle, talking through those issues together. Really does take the learning to a completely different level and something that students are really enjoying. I think there is no better time to be taking a course like this. You'll be going into a world that will be in high demand for the skills that you will have. Seeing how important this combination is, seeing how students who are studying the course get an aptitude immediately for an understanding of the importance of economics in terms of their legal advice, or an understanding of how the law will respond to the commercial drivers of a particular transaction. To see people that are developing that expertise and will be able to use it in their jobs and their lives going forward is really exciting.